Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So some of you might recognise this place, but this is the Shrine of Guthix. Now this belongs to the Wild Guthix Sleep storyline, and that is where it's going to link into the monster we're going to kill in this video. So in this video, we're going to kill Tormented Demons. Now we're going to kill Tormented Demons in a slightly different way. We're going to kill Tormented Demons in this episode with Necromancy. So Tormented Demons are the quest boss related to Wild Guthix Sleeps, and it's the quest boss reward as such after the quest as well. Now, Tormented Demons were made famous originally from dropping Dragon Claws in the pre-EOC days, but now they are a pretty common Slayer task with decent XP, the drops of Dragon Limbs, which are now linked to Ascension Crossbows, and also drops the Dragon Plate Armor and continuously drops the main hand and offhand set of Dragon Claws. But other things, Tormented Demons are worthwhile doing, apart from the Slayer XP as well. They have very good charms for both Blues and Crimsons, and they are a very good AFK task to do in your personal Slayer dungeon. So like I said, we're going to kill these with Necromancy, and part of the big thing Tormented Demons brought into like the PVM scene, they do prayer protect for the combat style you're using. So Tormented Demons was the first real sort of branch into like using a hybrid combat setup. People would use Dark Lights and range as an option to be able to sort out the Tormented Demons. In terms of Tormented Demons as well, they have a shield attack which needs a Dark Light to take down. However, the emphasis of the video is that we're just going to use Necromancy as a pure DPS damage, and we're going to attack them while that shield's still up. So in terms of an info, I'm just going to talk through everything I'm going to be taking. Basically, we're going to be tanking the hits, and we're pretty much going to be fully AFK while doing it as well. So because of that, I've got certain things I've brought for the setup as well. So in terms of the info, I brought a Spring Cleaner 9001 because we do drop alcohols and decent alcohols at that. Enchanted Excalibur for the heals, and Penance Powder just so I don't have to worry about prayer. We will be able to take the damage from prayer. Take the damage, which will essentially give us prayer points as well. Weapon Poison and Overloads, I brought a Bunyip because a Bunyip is the best familiar going, and it will just be the additional heals as well. This setup is based to have quite a big set of healing. If you are more competent and you're going to be more at the keyboard than I will be, again, I'll be playing a noob account and doing this on the side. By all means, go for more a DPS setup, maybe a Magiratora and some other stuff, or maybe a Combat Familiar, but I'm just going to use a Bunyip and the other things linked as well. The Super Prayer Renewal, just for some prayer points, 2 Emergency Prayer Potions, don't think I'll need them, just in case, and just some emergency food as well. Stackable stuff in the info, Ectoplasm for my familiars, I've got Blue Charm, Crimson Charm, Rush Apti to collect the soul. I want to collect these souls to try the method to kill them in my personal Slayer dungeon. It's roughly about 6-7 mil an hour, but I just want to see just how purely AFK it is as well. So that should hopefully be another video coming at some point in the future. And then finally, the 6 Age Circuit, which is a reward from, I believe, World Wake? Don't quote me. It's one of the big sort of quest storyline. World Wakes makes sense, but it could be from somewhere else. Basically, the only reason for that is because it has the teleport to the Guthix Temple, which is where we are for Tormented Demons. If you didn't have that, you'll just have to use the Sapphire Lantern like you would in the quest just to get here as well. So everything else in terms of the setup, just your standard Necromancy setup, Necromancy armors. Death Dealer, as always, could be better. They do drop ashes, so I'm going to take the attuned Ectoplasmator. I'm taking a Blood Fury just for that little bit of heal if possible. Ring of Death, just in case I do go to AFK. Pouch, even though I've not got the right runes in. Augmented, Guard, and Lantern for the best tier you've got. Action bar, again, like I always say with my action bars, they are not optimal. I like to play around and see what works out best. I do have the Conjure Undead Army ability though, so we can like summon all 3 at once. And then really the only ones I'm using is the Ghost and the Warrior. The Zombie, I actually might throw that one onto the keyboard because again, the Poison Splat is pretty good anyway. Ghost is quite essential here to make sure you've got enough HP. And the Warrior does do damage, which is why I put him down as sort of my first ability to use as well. However, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to activate Vampirism. Again, we kind of want to do the heals to AFK, but if you're going to be more like to the point and on it as well, if you want to switch out and do a more aggressive aura, or to use an attacking familiar, you'll speed your kills up, but just be able to pay more attention as well to make sure you're getting that healing. I'm pretty sure you can survive off something like a Blood Fury and the Ghost as well. Right, so let's get going. We're going to go to the Tormented Demons. Now, all I'm going to do is pray Soul Split. So again, another form of healing here. Penance Powder as well. Now, you can use the addition of the You can use the Necromancy Curse as well, and as you can see here, all we're pretty much doing is just attacking as normal. So we are going against the shield. So normally in the old style of like Tormented Demons, you'd use the Dark Light to get rid of the shield, and then use your other combat stats to be able to get the Tormented Demon down to 0 HP. But as you see, like with the forms of HP healing we've got Soul Split, Vampirism, Blood Fury, and the Ghost and Bunyips. We've got 5 healing sources. I'm not touching the keyboard now. And what your character will pretty much do is, because the other TDs are scattered around the room, and eventually the more you move around the room, the more you're going to tag more and more Tormented Demons, you'll just basically hop between one to the other. Now I'm just going to move a bit more into the middle just so we can have an example. I'll grab these two here. And the good thing about this room as well is that these pillars are obstacles. So occasionally as well, you will like save spot without intending to do it as well. As you can see here, this one can get save spotted if I just moved. But I've got all 3 on me, and this one's half dead, and I'm not struggling. But you will save spot Tormented Demons just by moving around the room with Auto Retaliate on. They'll get stuck behind these pillars, so at points you won't have all of them on at once, but sometimes you will. But as you see, as long as I'm overloaded, I'm pretty much full HP, and I've had 3 Tormented Demons sat on me. We're not taking the shield down. All we are literally doing is just continuously attacking with Necromancy, running through our ability bar, and our familiars are doing work as well. I know they're not familiars, I know they're conjures, but I always forget and I just use that term. But in terms of the kill speed, they're not like completely slow. They're actually really not that terrible. And all which is pretty much happening is I'm running around the room and just slapping them up. So hopefully by the time we kill this one, the aggression from one of the ones further north will get us, and then we can just auto retaliate and move as well. But eventually you will pretty much be on this inner square, and then you can just literally hop between all of the spawns. And eventually some of them will get caught behind pillars, and you can just move as and when you need to. But this can be fully AFK at times. I always like to check in just in case I do die, but that's what the Ring of Death is there for anyway. But just in case you do get comboed out on the one occasion, or if your overload runs out or something like that, you do have enough to be able to survive. Now, sometimes I don't use the curse for Necromancy because it can be a little too much prayer points. But that's just up to you. If you want to take some more prayer potions to do a bit more DPS, again, like adjust your setup to what you think is best. And that is pretty much Necromancy versus Tormented Demon. Now, I tested this as just like a what if, and I don't know what made me think about Tormented Demons. But yeah, so I've done a couple of trips, and it's easy. Like, really easy. And don't get me wrong, the Rise Armor is obviously the top tier, and I've got tier 95s, and I've got like the max setup. But I think with 5 variable options to heal you as well, you're pretty much going to out-heal any form of damage you're going to be taking. Your only real worry being here is to make sure that you have enough overloads. I know in previous comments, a lot of people like to use the potion reservoirs. If that keeps you AFK and keeps you constantly dosed up on overload, that can definitely be an option. They've just never really worked for me, so I don't really use them. And for this count especially, like probably my first 80 mil summoning XP came from Tormented Demons. And the thing is as well, with your Crimsons and Blues, because of binding contracts, they now have a price on them. So you can definitely make profit from summoning as well. So even though, like, for me, I'm 200 mil summoning, I don't need the summoning XP, but I'm still going to be getting, like, Blues and Crimsons. It's still worth doing. So I'll finish these 2 off. But again, this is pretty much how it works. Again, try it out. Mess around with your combat action bar. See what you think. But again, like, even if my bar is the absolute worst in the world, which it probably is, I'm not clicking the mouse. I'm not touching the keyboard. I'm just sat here watching my character run through all these Tormented Demons and just sitting and talking to you guys. So that's how like straightforward and like AFK it actually is. So in terms of drops now, it really is that the Dragon Limbs are probably the best ones you're going for, and they do average 1 every 2 hours. Other drops like auto cleaner stuff, pretty decent, and you do drop like diamonds and runes and stuff, but you will make some nice AFK profits as well. I would definitely go out and attempt to get the soul, because it's one of the better player-owned Slayer Dungeon monsters, which you can heavily AFK and make some decent profit from as well. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this trip and see if we can get lucky and get anything. And then we'll go back to war and then wrap up and let you guys know what I really think. So that is the end of our trip. I didn't throw too much detail in because, again, all we were literally doing is basically getting also Retaliate on and running from Tormented Demon to Demon. Got lucky and got my soul, which is what I wanted. So that can go in the Slay Dungeon, and that'll be another video probably in a couple of weeks because I've got some like more important stuff on the way. We did actually get lucky and got some Dragon Limbs. They are currently at a price of 7.5 mil. So that's pretty nice. I've actually got those off my collection log as well, so that's pretty good. But yeah, what the point of this video was just to show you that Necromancy is basically OP. Tormented Demons, if you've not finished the log or if you want to do some kills, Necromancy basically destroys them and makes it fully AFK. And for a monster which has that shield up, it didn't matter. He absolutely melted them and we fully AFK'd them as well. So if you're looking to get the soul, which again, like I said before, is one of the best souls to put in a player own dungeon, because you can just sit in AFK with all the combat styles. Or if you're looking just to make some nice AFK money or get some charms, Tormented Demons aren't the absolute standout, but they can still hang around with some of the God Wars members and Corp in terms of profit per hour, and definitely are one for you to look at as well. The quest While Gothic Sleeps is one of the top tier quests in terms of XP and what it grants in terms of storyline and like dungeons and areas. So definitely look into doing that because it really is worthwhile doing. And give Tormented Demons a go because they are a good boss. And as you can see by how I was killing them, I wasn't struggling at all. Maybe like a mid-level or lower level, you might face a little bit more grief. But again, the Bond account will get there one day when it's not fully maxed. So we'll be definitely paying a visit on that account and seeing how we get on there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed like something a little bit different. A monster which really isn't highlighted as much nowadays. And just show that, look, it isn't too bad at all anyway. And basically Necromancy can just steamroll its shield. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 3,000 subscribers. I really can't thank you guys enough. I'd like to thank you guys again for the support and all the amazing comments you've been dropping in the comment section lately. I really do appreciate it. And I really do appreciate you helping each other out in terms of tips and tricks of what you guys have extra onto the methods I'm putting out in videos. Really does mean a lot, and it means a lot for you guys helping each other out as well. So thank you guys again. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video, and thanks again.